I still don't have a good intro, but anyways, today we're going to be talking about tanks. We're going to be talking about all four types of tanks and how to get the most out of them. So, without further ado, let's start off with light tanks. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. The starter machine gun tanks, they suck. The only thing you should be shooting at with the beginner tanks are infantry and small vehicles, or other starter tanks. If you try and shoot at any bigger kind of light tank, you're most likely not going to win. But once you get to cannoned tanks, like this one here, the Panzer 38T, you will actually be able to destroy all of the enemy light tanks, since it has a cannon that can actually penetrate them, instead of two little machine guns. And if you really wanted to, you could destroy a medium tank, or even a heavy tank if you really tried hard enough. But to get the most out of your light tanks, you should probably use a more flank and spank kind of maneuver like I was using in this clip. Going around in the hills, flanking around, and cutting off the enemy's supply of tanks. Or as a starter tank with just machine guns, you can go straight forward through the main pathways, or even use the same strategy and just mow down all the infantry you can during experience. Okay, and now on to medium tank destroyers. These tanks play pretty much like mediums. They most of the time have the same cannon as their counterpart medium tanks, and just should be used from a longer distance than the medium tanks. or should be used for flanking, definitely not pushing. And now on to medium tanks. Medium tanks is where armor actually starts mattering. But that's only with the top tier medium tanks. If you buy one of the cheaper medium tanks, it's not going to have nearly as much firepower or nearly as much armor. So to get the most out of your medium tanks, it's best not to do what I'm doing here in these clips. What you should be doing is sticking with friendly infantry on the main pathways. That way your friendly infantry can defend you from enemy anti-tank soldiers, and so you can help your team push up more aggressively than before. Okay, and now on to heavy tanks. These things are slow and very vulnerable to anti-tank grenades. But they do have the thickest armor in the game, which makes them very useful in war battles against light tanks, medium tanks, and medium destroyers. Even against other heavy tanks, if you know how to play your heavy tank right, you'll be able to destroy the enemy heavy tanks over and over and over. So, to get the most out of your heavy tanks, it's best to use a mixture of tactics to throw off the enemy anti-tankers. Whether it's pushing with your team, or sniping from a distance with high explosive shells at infantry, or APCR at enemy vehicles.